Yo, so apparently Chris Sells has been hanging out with girls underage. Not only that, Janae actually accused Cory for messing with young girls. Chandler explained the situation of what happened with her and McQueen and that other girl that she got into a fight with.
Some drama is about to happen!
So an update on Clarence, Queen Naija, and that kitten. As you guys know in the previous video, someone thought that they left the kitten behind. As you can see, the video was recorded with 3 bars. So the 4th bar apparently is Queen Naija saying that she called animal control or something like that. 2 people mentioned that in their comments. Like I said in the video, I didn't know what happened afterwards because they could have gave it to the neighbor, they could have done something. So this does confirm that she did take action to making sure that the kitten was okay and taken care of.
Oh, poor kitty. I feel so bad.
Okay, so now let's go into Chris Sells. One of you guys tagged me in some post and there was a picture of Chris Sells and a young influencer named Bad Yaya. It looked like a scary version of Queen Naija. Not only that, she's one of those influencers that enjoys getting paid by promoting scammers on her page. Very typical for these broke social media influencers on Instagram, as Instagram isn't paying them, so they gotta make their money somehow by taking advantage of vulnerable people.
Disgusting.
So upon looking onto her Instagram, apparently her birthday was on January. So she turned 17 in January because according on April the 1st, she said, I'm just 17 with a whole lot of money.
I'll wait for real today.
So now we can confirm that she's 17, but what's wrong with that? It's just Chris Sells taking a photo with someone in the mall. Could be anyone, right? Anyway, here's some more pictures of Chris Sells together with them. As you guys know, Houston is not in a good place to be hanging out with people, especially in a pandemic. On that day when this was happening, the news was saying, update, June 26, 4 p.m. at noon today, Harris County raised its COVID-19 threat system to level 1. Outbreaks are worsening and the country's ability to perform testing and contact tracing is strained. Residents are encouraged to stay home and work safe.
Quarantine me!
At the level, residents take action to minimize contact with others wherever possible and avoid leaving home except for the most essential needs, like going to the grocery store for food and medicine, the country website explained. So I guess Chris Sells thought it was a good idea to go home with these 17-year-olds, which he did. Girls were dancing in their little bikinis.
I love you, Jesus. I love you, Jesus. You give me reason. You give me hope.
Here's video footage of Chris's yucky feet and him dancing with the girls in his house.
You give me hope. Jesus never let me go. You can never.
Meanwhile, he's asleep in his bed. Hopefully they didn't sleep over either. And it turned out they did sleep over if you look at the time and the time after.
You could go to jail, baby girl.
Here's her laying in Chris's bed. Here's the 17-year-old drinking in Chris Sells' house. And this creepy man let this 17-year-old twerk all in front of him, like... And I don't expect her to know any better. You know, these little kids will do anything for some clout.
No, security!
Now again, if Queen Naija decides to take CJ away from Chris, I can see why. This man clearly has no responsibility, still hasn't got it through his head to be a grown adult, letting 17-year-olds come into his house, drinking alcohol, which is illegal. Like, what type of stupid shit is that? No, most adults actually look at an Instagram page, investigate to see if the person is illegal, because hey, people be eating food out there, especially Americans. Not saying you look bad, but some of you guys look older than you are. That's because there's a lot of added hormones into your food and ish like that. So it's like, damn, you need to double check these days. You need to be running through their Instagram pages and all that to make sure that they are at age. And it's surprising that Chris didn't look at that. And I don't care what no one says. Every man does that. Please, like, come on, let me know in the comment section, but like, even ladies, do you double check to make sure they're at age?
Because if you don't, man, you slow and vulnerable and stupid as fuck.
Before we get into Cory, let's get into the Chandler and McQueen situation. It turns out that Chandler went live and spoke about what happened at the Airbnb.
He was kind of off his top, but he's like, you can't be talking about this in front of random hoes.
Chandler was talking about some personal stuff about McQueen or something about his past in front of this random girl that wanted to fight Chandler.
Keep in mind, the only random hoe in the room was her. So he's like, you can't be discussing this stuff in front of random hoes.
Snitches get stitches!
He's like, let's take it out here, let's take it outside. And she was like, period, poo, period. Exactly. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you talk about private information in front of other people that you don't know? Exactly. Me and Zay both started laughing when we went inside. We said, did she not realize?
Later on that night, the girl was apparently staring at Chandler.
So she stared at me and I stared her back and I was like,
Yes?
I would have ran the other way. Chandler was there and she looked at me like that and goes, yes? I would have been like,
God bless. See you later.
she said something like, you're hating or something like that. And I was like, bitch, I don't give a, I was like, I didn't call her bitch. I was like, you need to go.
Come do it to me!
I was like, I don't care about nothing else, but you need to go. The door's there, you need to go. She was like,
Okay.
oh, you want to get all hype over at Airbnb? And she's like, I know a hater when I see one. She was like, bitch, you don't live here. You're getting hype over at Airbnb. I was like, girl.
so Chandler and the others, it sounds like it, end up telling her to leave.
Like I said, I don't know if she was mad because her friend was with McQueen or if she was mad because she felt like I singled her out since she was by herself when I told her she had to go. I don't know, and to be honest, I really...
Basically, okay? So she ends up going out. The boys end up telling her, get the fuck out. Like, Kyle literally grabbed her by her arms, not like aggressively, but like, you know, like guiding her out and put her out the door, and then they closed the door. The door was open. This bitch trying to, you know when you try to push the door open with your shoulder? And Zay was just standing there like, literally like no effort, holding the door closed. Like,
And then McQueen ended up letting her back in.
McQueen was like, just let her go in the house, y'all. Like, she just want her keys. Let her go inside and get her keys. So then, I don't know who let her back inside, but I think McQueen went in with her. So they walk in. So then the girl told McQueen, I want to fight her. She was like, I'm about to fight her and I want you to record it. And he was like, huh? And she was like, I'm going to fight her and I want you to record it. She was like, that's your YouTube bitch, right? And at this point, this is when me and Erica start walking down the stairs and the girl sees us. So then McQueen was like, where's your bikini? Where's your bikini? Because this nigga thought she said bikini when she said keys in the first place, but now it's bikini. So he was like, where's your bikini at? She's like, I think it's in this closet. But she's like looking at the camera. She's like, I think it's in this closet, and like looking at us coming down the stairs or whatever. And then he was like, I'm just trying to help you find your bikini. Keep in mind, he's recording the whole time. He even records like us coming down the stairs, like going like this, trying to get content. And then we come down the stairs. My bitch, Erica already like, Erica came, she was like ready. She was like, so then I walk downstairs. I walk right past this girl and I'm like, so she was like, that part. And I was like, what part? By the way, keep in mind at this point, there's no one in between us.
They end up being in a situation where she's in front of Chandler, Chandler's in front of her.
And then she was like, that part. I was like, what part? And she's like, that part. I'm like, what part? What part? Because keep in mind, again, there's still no one in between us. McQueen is standing next to her. He's filming this whole thing still. But there's no one in between us. The guys were behind me at this point. But I walked over to the table and I just stood like this. And then me and her arguing, and then Erica comes down, leaning against a table. She walks around the table and comes this way.
And I tried to talk to you.
Because there's no one on this side. Zay was standing on this side of me, so she couldn't come straight for me. So she tries to walk around the table, but Erica was standing, kind of walking behind her as she walked that way. So then she runs. Not even run, I don't know what you call it. She said, and then Zay real quick says, swoop, and got right in front of me, like in between us. And then she swung, and I was ready to swing. I ended up hitting Zay, my bad, babe. I swung, and I hit Zay because his freaking tall ass went like this, and I hit him in his head. And then Erica was like, nah, you're not about to hit my friend. I just told you I'm the muscle. So Erica ran up and tried to hit this girl too. But at this point, Kyle came in, and then all the boys basically like, Zay got on her. Zay wasn't even trying to like hold me back. Zay got on her and was like, nah, you're not about to touch my girlfriend. He was holding her like this, like, nah, you're not doing nothing, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then Kyle was holding Erica, her arms like this. So Erica started trying to get out, trying to swing. I know, Erica was going crazy.
But anyway, it looks like Shark, the other boys, end up holding the girls back, but McQueen.
Erica trying to fight her too. We all trying to swing, but the boys all literally, like, he was holding her, Kyle was holding Erica, Chark was holding me. So literally nobody got touched. Like, she didn't, I don't know who broke her nail, because apparently one of her nails is broken.
At the end of the day, that is some crazy-ish. McQueen definitely could have done something to stop it. But yeah, that's crazy, guys. I'm really curious. Has McQueen said anything about this situation? Let me know in the DMs. I have no idea if he's actually spoken out or if he's all crickets on the situation. So let's get into the Janae and Cory situation. As you guys know, if you haven't been watching my previous video, Janae made a video reacting to the Cory situation, saying he was depressed and all that ish, right? Well, Cory ended up going live and Janae ended up going live, and I will go more into detail into this in another video. It just requires more investigation, and that's why it's not up to date. But Janae made this really big claim on Cory. This is what she said.
And the little girls, the girls underage that you be messing with. Let's go ahead. You want to talk, Cory? Let's do it.
Wow, that is really crazy. And the fact that Janae knew about this and did not tell the authorities, like, well, maybe she did. I doubt she did because she was still talking to him afterwards. That's crazy that you would know such information and you would not take it to like the authorities or something if a grown-ass man is hanging out with underage girls. Like, it looks bad. But let's be real, they're all grown-ass people, okay? Cory's grown-ass, but Janae's more mature than them, obviously. So you think she will have more responsibility by going to the authorities if this is true, unless it's a lie. Like, why would you say that, not even pull any evidence up? Like, that's just crazy to me. And if it is true, I really hope these girls get help, because if they're getting taken advantage of someone because he got money and stuff, that's just sad. But this is really messy and really damaging as well to someone's reputation, because if this is not true, can you imagine how much hate he will be getting? This type of ish triggers a lot of people, so you gotta be really careful when saying shit like that. Not like, are you doing it because you know, or you're doing it just to be spiteful? And in this case, it looks like Janae is doing it because she wants to be spiteful, because she's upset with what Cory had said on her and she's pissed. But that's definitely not the way to handle it. You go to the authorities with that information. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But anyway, guys, make sure to hit the subscribe button with the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the drama. Smash the like button. Let's get this video to 6,000 likes. And I'll see you guys in another drama video.